For 7 years, I thought I had the perfect marriage. Daniel was kind, hardworking, and always told me I was the best thing that ever happened to him. We had little rituals that made life feel magical. Coffee together in the mornings, late-night walks on weekends, his hand always finding mine when we crossed the street. I believed I was living my dream. But love makes you blind. And I didn't see the storm coming. One night, close to midnight, my phone rang. Half asleep, I answered, expecting maybe a wrong number. Instead, a calm but sharp voice asked, "Are you Daniel's wife?" My blood froze. "Yeah, who's this?" The woman on the other end chuckled bitterly. "I'm the woman he's been living with. He's lying beside me right now." I wanted to scream that it was a mistake, a cruel prank. But then she described things only someone close to him would know. The scar on his shoulder, his habit of laughing too hard at bad jokes, the exact shirt he had worn to work that day. I hung up, my heart hammering. I couldn't sleep. The words kept echoing in my head. He's here with me. The following days were torture. I began noticing things I had ignored before. His phone always locked, always hidden. Receipts from stores I'd never heard of. Charges on his credit card from a small town he'd never mentioned. And then, worst of all, I found a receipt for children's clothes. We had no children. Every smile he gave me, every kiss goodnight began to feel like a mask. One Saturday, he told me he had to stay late at work. Instead of arguing, I followed him. My hand shook as I drove behind his car, my chest tight with dread. He pulled into a quiet neighborhood and parked in front of a house. As the door opened, and a woman stood there, her face lighting up. Then a small boy ran out, his voice carrying across the yard. "Daddy!" The world around me shattered. My Daniel, my husband, smiling, lifting the boy into his arms as if it was the most natural thing in the world. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. All I could hear was the sound of my own heart breaking. That night, I waited for him to come home. When he walked in, pretending nothing was wrong, I whispered through trembling lips, "Who is she?" He froze, his face drained of color. For a moment, silence filled the room, heavy and suffocating. Then his shoulders collapsed. "I never wanted you to find out this way," he said, tears forming in his eyes. The confession spilled out. The woman was his first wife. He had never fully divorced her. He had built 2 lives, running back and forth, telling lies to both of us. And the boy, he claimed, was his son. "I love you both in different ways," he choked. "I didn't want to lose either of you." His words felt like knives. Love? What kind of love builds on lies and betrayal? I told him it was over. My heart ached, but I couldn't live in a marriage built on deception. I began packing, determined to leave before his lies destroyed me completely. But as I pulled open his drawer to gather my things, I found a sealed envelope. My hands trembled as I unfolded the letter inside. It was written by her, the other woman. The words inside turned everything upside down. The boy was not his. She had lied, manipulated him for years, using the child as leverage to keep him, to drain him of money and attention. I sat on the floor, the letter shaking in my hands. My husband had betrayed me, yes, but he had also been betrayed. He was a liar, but he was also a victim of a crueler lie. I didn't forgive him. I couldn't. Trust, once broken, is not easily repaired. But I also didn't destroy him. I walked away with my dignity intact, leaving him with the ruins of the life he had built on lies and secrets. Night. I realized something I will never forget. Love can be the sweetest blessing, or the most dangerous prison. And sometimes, the people we trust the most wear the darkest masks.